Okay, guys, so I am going to do a pick a card love connection energy reading. And if you want to go straight to the timestamps, these are your 4 choices. I always list my timestamps in the description area. So if you don't see it, click on show more, and then that'll open up the full description area. And you can have access to the timestamps there. It's also going to give you information about how to get personal readings. And one of my most popular personal readings is the Love Connection Energy Report. So this reading is basically going to show you what that kind of reading looks like. Although if you order that reading, it will be by email, so that's going to be a written reading. But all of my feedback has been very positive with those so far. I have been reading professionally since 2009, and I mean, this is, part of my life purpose. I do feel like I'm pretty good at it. I'm especially good at picking up emotions because I am an empath, and I think that makes me particularly good at doing love and romance readings. So this reading is going to be about your, the connection between you and another person. This can be someone who is a love interest that you're not currently with, but who you think you might like to be with. Or for those of you in a relationship, this can be a reading about the energy of your relationship. So it can go either way. And we're just going to ask 3 questions in this reading. We're going to ask, what are their feelings for me? What do they want out of this connection? In other words, do they want a relationship? Do they want to just be friends? Do they want nothing at all to do with me, etc.? And then finally, what is the likely outcome of this connection? So those are the 3 questions we're going to be asking for each reading. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the first reading, which will be Story of My Life. Give me just a moment to prepare for that. Okay, those of you who chose Story of My Life, I'm lighting a little bit of Palo Santo to kind of get the intuitive connection going. It smells nice. I like to breathe it in too. Okay, so normally I don't use any of these oracle cards, but since I used them for the, just for you to have something to choose, I'm going to incorporate it into the reading. So this is Story of My Life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. Okay, and interestingly, we have a snake offering a bouquet of roses to this little mouse. Now, snakes eat mice, so you might be in a love situation where you're not sure you can trust the person, or they're not sure they can trust you. But let's get into the reading and we'll find out more. Now, if you didn't listen to the intro, I do offer these personal readings, and the 3 questions that we're going to ask in this are, first of all, what are this person's romantic feelings for you? Secondly, what do they want out of this connection? Do they want a relationship? Do they want just sex? Do they want nothing at all, etc.? And then finally, what is the likely outcome of the connection based on current energies? Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 cards for that first question. What are this person's romantic feelings for the person viewing? Okay, so we get, and this is just kind of a nice sentiment up here. This card is going to sit here for the entire portion of the video. So we've got 4 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and 4 of Cups. So my feeling about this is that this person may be in another situation. So there might be a third-party situation here. If so, I'm getting 4s on both sides of this. 4s indicate stability. They indicate that someone is resisting change. But, you know, this guy, the guy in this photo, he's here with this woman, but he's clearly thinking of something else. And I'm always drawn to the phone in the background here. So there might be a telepathic connection between this person and you, or it might be this person would love to be able to communicate their feelings to you, but they're too scared to, or they just don't feel like the timing is right, either because there's another party or there's just something going on in their life that they feel prevents them from doing so. But they do think about you. They think about you, but they feel like they can't be with you. So that's for people who are not currently in a relationship. If you're watching this and you're in a relationship with the person, then I'll do that portion of the reading next. So first of all, I'm just going to read all 3 cards as if the 2 of you are not currently together. So my feeling is that this person feels like they can't be with you, but they do think about you a lot. You know, they do feel like you're a person of quality, a person of substance. You know, they see you as being very beautiful, and they see you as being a real catch. You have this alluring quality, almost this enchanting quality about you that they like. You know, this woman reminds me of Snow White. She's so very loving and giving. You know, she's there for the friends that she has. She's someone that people can really rely on, and I feel like this person really likes that about you. So again, they see you as a real catch. But also we get the 4 of Cups. So, you know, they again, they obviously have strong feelings about you because they're sort of tormented by this feeling that they can't be with you. So those are the romantic feelings I'm getting for those of you who are not with the person that you're asking about. For those of you who are in a relationship, you know, this person really, you know, they know that this is a relationship that's going to last. You know, when I'm looking at someone in a relationship, the 4 of Cups to me indicates a partnership where they feel emotionally safe. You know, they know that even if they're going through hard times, or if they're having difficulty, or even if you have an argument or you have some kind of conflict where someone's feelings are hurt, this person is not afraid to have those more negative emotions because they know that you're going to stick with them. They don't fear that you're going to abandon them. They definitely feel very safe in this connection with you, and they appreciate that. And again, I feel like sometimes this person does hold back. You know, they don't always tell you everything that they think and feel. They're more reserved. You know, I feel like they think about you a lot, but it's almost like sometimes even when the 2 of you are together, you know, their connection with you is more in their head than it is in the physical reality. So you could be in the same room and they're just sitting there thinking about you and reminiscing about you. So they're not always exactly in the present moment. But again, like I said, for the other folks, they see all these wonderful qualities. You're very nurturing. They feel very safe with you. They feel this is a very long-term commitment. And you're someone of great value. Okay. So next we're going to look at, what does this person want from you or want with you? What do they want out of this connection? So we'll start with the people who are not with the person. We get another 4, a lot of 4s in this. Okay. So what, for those of you who are not in a relationship with the person you're viewing this about, what do they want? Well, they want a sense of peace. They want to be able to take their time and, you know, really figuring out where they want to go with this. In the previous cards, we picked up that there might be a third party or just some other situation that makes it hard for them to really move forward towards progressing anything here. And we get more 4 energy. So whatever situation they're in, they're not necessarily wanting to leave that situation right now to be with you. So even if there's not a third party, maybe this person just enjoys being single for right now. I feel like, they may feel like they need to do some healing work on themselves, and they just feel because of that it's better to remain single for the time being. So it doesn't have anything to do with you. I even get that, they might talk about you to other people, like maybe to their other friends. They may be discussing you. But, ultimately what they've decided is, I really just need to focus on me. These are all swords cards too, I just realized. And swords, it's just a very independent energy. So I feel like they need their independence right now. Even if they are in a relationship with someone else, internally, it's almost like they're still single internally. They don't, I don't know, they just have a very independent vibe to them. So anyway, they're not looking for a relationship with you, but they do want harmony between the two of you. Now, for those of you who are currently in a relationship, this person, they want to continue to enjoy those nice moments that the two of you share. They feel very safe talking to you and expressing their ideas and opinions. They enjoy these peaceful moments. The two of you might spend time with friends or family, and they find those moments very enjoyable. And they want to continue to have more of that. With the 6 of Swords here, they feel very soulfully connected to you. I feel like they feel that the relationship is a very healing one. This is someone who I feel probably tends to be more of an introvert. I think they could be an extrovert as well, but they definitely need time to do their own thing. So they need time apart from the relationship as well, in order to just go on their own inner journey. Focus on their own individual needs. And with the Prince of Swords, they love the intellectual connection that the two of you have. With all of this Swords energy, it's a very strong mental connection. And they enjoy that. That's very enlivening. They feel like you open their mind, and they want to continue to have those experiences. Okay. And so the last question for those of you who chose Story of My Life, the last question is, what's the likely outcome of this connection? Okay. Intriguing. Okay, so for those of you who are not with this person yet, the likely outcome is that this person is going to make a choice. This is another 4 cards. So many 4. I think we've had 4 cards. 4 times 4 equals 16, which means shocking change. If this person is in a relationship, they might be considering how to get out of it. Although, with this card here, you need to allow that person to take whatever transformation, whether they're in a relationship or whether they, we saw before that they kind of needed some space just to be single for a while. So that process, I think, is going to take a while, and it's like a snake shedding its skin. We have to just allow them to experience whatever that process is. If they're if they're in a relationship that's ultimately not good for them, That's something that they have to figure out. And in the meantime, those of you viewing this, you need to focus on yourself. And if they're single and they're just not ready to be in something new, again, it's just a process that they need to go through. But in terms of the outcome, I feel like this may be a person who finally is willing to take stock of their life and make some big, bold decisions, realize that, hey, I'm the person in control here. I don't have to just, give my fate up to, give myself up to the hands of fate. I can actually make choices regarding what I am most interested in. And that may be you. With the Lover's card, we always love to see it in romance readings, but ultimately the Lover's card is a choice as well. With this as the outcome, though, I would say that you are definitely a top choice if they do decide to make a move in their life out of an existing situation and into a romantic partnership. You're definitely someone who would be a choice for them. For those of you in a relationship, well, it's just going to continue to be wonderful. I mean, the two of you are able to manifest wonderful things together. You bring this mystique to each other's lives, this sort of magical quality. You really enhance each other's lives. You're going to continue to have this strong romantic and emotional connection. And you're going to build your empire together. Whatever that means for you, whatever your goals are in life that you share, you are going to continue to achieve those ambitions. So this has been a wonderful reading for those of you who chose Story of My Life. Again, if you order this as a personal reading, for one thing, it's going to be more specific to your situation. But also, I just want to let you know that that is a written reading. Those are not video readings. But anyway, so if this resonated or if it didn't, either way, just let me know what you thought. Whoops, in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more, make sure to subscribe. All right. Thanks, guys. You have a good day. All right. Guys who chose the gratitude card. I'm sliding a little bit of Palo Santo here to get the intuitive energies going. Normally, I do not use oracle cards in the Love Connection Energy Report readings, but since I'm using this for the, just to have you something, have a way for you to pick your reading, I am going to go ahead and incorporate them. This says gratitude. Today I'm grateful for all of the little things. Even when the big things suck, there are always plenty of little things I can be at least a little grateful for, like hot showers and music and the fact that humans invented an internet and YouTube, and I'm allowed to use it whenever I want to, using fingers and thumbs that do whatever I think them to do at any given moment. So that's pretty cute. That, by the way, if you're interested, that's from this Affirmators Oracle deck, which I think is really cool. I just recently purchased that and I really like it. So I'm going to be reading both for those of you who are in a relationship with the person you're viewing this about, and also for those of you who are not in a relationship, but you have a love interest in mind. So I'll be reading for both. The first question I'm going to ask is, what are this person's romantic feelings for you? Well, I get Ace of Cups, so they definitely have some love for you. I get Princess of Swords. This person is in their head. And Princess of Cups. Okay, so I think, this pretty much holds true for, both groups of viewers, those of you who are with the person and those of you who are not. This person loves you. They love you, and I think they would really like to be able to express their feelings to you. And maybe sometimes they do, and maybe sometimes they come across as a little bit more guarded, because we have the Princess of Swords and the Princess of Cups here. So they feel a strong love for you. It's like their heart is overflowing. I feel a lot of heart chakra energy. My eye was drawn up here to my green calcite for a moment there. So it's a very pure sort of love. I'm going to pull 3 more cards just to get a little bit more information here. Now we get the Prince of Swords, the Death, okay, and then the Prince of Wands. So for some of you, I feel like, you know, this person, there are different aspects to their personality. They have a deep, you know, soulful kind of personality with the Death card here. They might be a Scorpio or just someone with, you know, Scorpio energy, you know, someone who's very kind of, their emotions run towards dark and brooding, but they're someone who hides their emotions more. The deeper and the more intense the emotion is, the less likely you are to know about it. And I feel like they are sort of pulled in 2 different directions about you. On the one hand, they're very logical. On the other hand, they're very passionate. I do think that they also have strong sexual feelings for you. And that's whether you're with the person or not. So strong sexual feelings. They love you. That heart chakra energy is there. With the Death card, that love runs very, very deep. And they feel, you know, they feel different things. They feel very logical about the connection, but they also feel very passionate. So that's what I'm getting there in terms of their feelings. Next, I'm going to look at what do they want out of the connection. So what do they want from this connection? We get 5 of Cups. We get the Hanged Man. Okay, and then 7 of Wands. I'm going to read this first for those of you who are not in a relationship with the person you're viewing this about. You know, they sense that this connection, for whatever reason, is causing emotional pain to one or both of you. The separation you're experiencing is causing pain. You know, this card did remind us, even when the big things suck, there are always plenty of little things I can be at least a little grateful for. So in terms of what they want out of the connection, I think they want you to be happier because they sense that you're not happy about the separation that you have. They can see, from their end, they can see that there's a reason for this separation. And perhaps you do too. For some of you, this might be kind of a twin flame experience, but even if you don't want to use that term, it's sort of like, you know, no matter what kind of relationship we're in or what kind of connection it is, we're always going to learn something from the experience. And this person is learning. They're getting a different sense of what love is about and what relationships are about and what they want out of life, etc., because of this separation from you. It is, you know, and they're getting better at seeing things from your perspective. And I think with this card in the between, you are also doing those things. You're also learning from this, and you're also being able to see things more from their perspective. So the 7 of Wands, in terms of what they want out of this, they want to persevere. You know, they want to persevere here. This is not a connection that they want to give up on. They want to persevere and see what else may come from this. You know, they want to see it through. For those of you who are in a relationship, what do they want from this? It's similar. You know, they... you know, they want, you know, one or both of you to be able to deal better with your feelings of sorrow, whatever you're feeling sorrowful about or discontented about regarding the relationship. If there's anything about it that's unsatisfying, this person would like you to be happier about it. They don't want you to be feeling this sorrow. This is an important relationship to them, and they're not going anywhere except, they might be, going within. They might find themselves going within in order to contemplate things better. They may even, be meditating to help them through, whatever difficulties you're experiencing, if you are experiencing some difficulty, which I'm getting the sense that there might be some level of frustration or, something's just not quite right about the relationship right now. But with the Seven of Wands, they're not going anywhere. They don't want to leave this relationship. This is something they want to stick with it. They want to continue to forge ahead and work through issues. Okay, and so the last question, what's the likely outcome for this connection? Okay, what's the likely outcome? Well, this is not super promising, I must admit. The likely outcome is the Seven of Cups, the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. So the Seven of Cups indicates a lot of romantic confusion. There can be multiple parties involved here. People are confused about who they want to be with. They're feeling hurt because they're confused about the mixed messages that people are sending out. There's just confusion all around. Some people may be even dealing with, addiction or just substance use issues, if not addiction per se, but, people are trying to numb the pain. I sense a lot of pain here. And this, this is for both parties. With the people who are in relationships, I did pick up in the last question that there are some problems right now in this relationship. People are not entirely happy, although they're trying to cope through it, and I don't think anyone's going to be leaving the relationship. But, some people are really stressed out right now. And this is the outcome. So, this doesn't necessarily mean it's the ultimate outcome, but in the foreseeable future, in whatever time period maybe that you had in mind when you were watching this, within that time frame, people are really stressed out. They're feeling insecure. They're feeling uncertain of the other person's emotions. This is whether you're with the person or not. People are really confused. They're feeling hurt. People are feeling like this is really painful. I want to get past this pain, whatever I need to do. I don't want to leave this person, but I do want to leave the pain behind. Okay, so that was a little hard to say, but for those of you who chose gratitude, I mean, again, even when the big things suck, there are always plenty of little things I can be at least a little grateful for. And I just want to remind people also, don't get triggered by this. If this doesn't seem accurate for your situation, then know that this is just a general, tarot reading. Don't take everything to heart if it doesn't sound like it's really about your connection. Okay, so I hope you all got something good out of that, or it was helpful in some way. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and move on here. Okay, so those of you who chose Divine Timing, this will be your reading. I'm lighting some Palo Santo at the beginning of each of the readings because it gets it's supposed to connect you more to your intuition. It also smells really nice. I like it. So normally I don't do any kind of oracle cards when I do the, sometimes I do if I feel called to for someone. But generally when I do these love connection energy reports, I don't use oracle cards, and I've never used this specific deck. But since I used this just as a means of you having, something to pick, some way to pick your reading, I am going to go ahead and incorporate this. This says divine timing. Everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust that the divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. Okay, so there's an issue of divine timing regarding this connection, and that would be true whether you're in a relationship with the person or not. And I am going to be reading for both. The first question is, what are this person's romantic feelings for you? You get the High Priestess and the Empress and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so this person is head over heels for you. You almost come across as unattainable to them. So if you're not with the person yet, they're not sure they can get you. They feel almost like you're a little bit out of their league. They definitely put you on a pedestal in terms of their romantic feelings. And they feel a little bit like a failure. They've been, I feel like they've been trying to be with you for a while, or they've been wanting to be with you for some time now. They put a lot of emotional energy into this connection, and into their desire to be with you and to have something with you. And they're just not seeing that pay off. So if you're not aware, this person is head over heels for you. But they feel like they're having trouble making something happen. If you are in a relationship with this person, again, they see you as their perfect, beautiful goddess. Almost 97% of my viewers are female, so I feel okay saying that. If you happen to be the one person watching who's male, they see you as their god, their Adonis. But for most of you, they see you as just a beautiful, wonderful goddess, like the answer to their prayers. They don't even feel like they deserve you, but they feel very lucky that they got you somehow. But they feel a little bit, this is a relationship that they want to definitely continue to be in, but they want to make sure they're doing everything right in order to keep you. They don't want to lose you, and they do feel a little bit insecure about their ability to maintain the relationship because you are so beautiful to them, because they think you're such, a divine being, and they see themselves as, just this schlub, and they don't even know why the heck you would want to be with them. So anyway, those are their romantic feelings. So they are liking you. Next, we're going to look at what do they want out of this connection with you. Okay, so we get the Two of Pentacles, the Prince of Swords, and then the Ace of Cups. What do they want out of you? So this makes me think back again to divine timing with the Two of Pentacles. They feel like things are in flux right now. Whether you're partnered with this person or not, there's a feeling of transition. Things are unknown. We're not sure what the future holds here. And they're kind of waiting for time to either bring you together or for time to pass and answer whatever questions they have about, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen with this? They're very alert. They're very on guard. I think they might guard their emotions somewhat as a means of, getting the outcome that they would like. They're very much in love with you, and I think they, they intellectualize their emotions a lot. But in terms of what they want here, it seems like they want to be more in touch with their emotional self so that they can express that more to you. I mean, in terms of relationship status, we already got in the previous cards that they do want to be in a relationship with you. So that we know. And if they are in a relationship, they want to stay in a relationship. So when we ask, what does this person want out of this connection? What these cards are telling us is just more about, how they want to deal with the transitions here. They know that they have to trust the process of whatever the two of you are going through right now in this connection. They know that anything is possible. They know that it could all potentially fall apart, but they like to trust. They are trying to trust, for those of them that are overtly spiritual, they are trying to trust in their higher power here. And even if they're not spiritual, they are trying to trust that time is necessary, that a passage of time is necessary in order for certain things to unfold the way that they need to between the two of you. So that's what I'm getting for that question. Our final question is going to be, what's the likely outcome for this connection? Likely outcome is 2 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and 8 of Pentacles. So I feel a sense of peacefulness and harmony here with the 2 of Swords. Even though this person feels, like we saw in the first card, they, whether you're with them or not, they tend to be kind of down on themselves, I think. But I see them having a greater deal of acceptance going forward. They know that this is, they can sense, whether they're with you or not, they can sense that you really do want this as well, that this is something you're working towards as well. Either you're working towards a relationship with them, or you're working on maintaining the relationship because it's important to you. So when they get calm and when they get into a more peaceful state of mind, they know that you're on the same page with them, even though, like what we said before, they feel a little bit like you're out of their league. But when they get into a calmer state of mind, they have a greater acceptance, both of the way that things are unfolding between the two of you, and they understand that the two of you are really on the same wavelength. You are, connected. They sense that there's a connection that's meaningful, whether they're with you or not. And they feel a certain sense of safety in that connection. So that's what I'm getting for that third question there. So that's all I have for those of you who chose divine timing. Let me know what you thought of that. And I'm going to go ahead and go on to the last reading, which is power. Now, as I said for the other readings, I don't normally use this Affirmators deck. It's from this Affirmators Oracle deck, which is pretty cute. When I do these Love Connection Energy Report readings, also, if you order a personal reading, these are going to be in written format instead of video format. But this gives you an idea of what to expect. And of course, if you get the personal reading, it's going to be obviously more specific to your specific connection. But since I am using these affirmator cards just, so that you had something to pick from in the beginning, I am going to go ahead and incorporate them. So this one says, I am strong, I am grounded, I am powerful. I am like a cross between a dinosaur and a tank, but not a tank that is used for war. I am like a peaceful, loving dino tank who feels so strong it doesn't need to do anything but be. So power. People are feeling that they're in their personal power in this connection, so that's very positive. And there are also hearts and peace signs on this tank. So even if people are having conflict, you know, the conflict still comes from a place of love. You know, this little dino tank, it has a flower in its mouth. It's like, you know, even if there's conflict, I come in peace. That's kind of the message here that I get. So let's look at that first question. The first question is, what are this person's romantic feelings for the person viewing? What are their romantic feelings? Well, they feel this is a very balanced connection. So whatever you are feeling for them, they're feeling basically the same thing for you. You're like the sun and the moon. You really balance and reflect back to each other. Yin and yang. So yeah, they feel also, I feel like they feel almost like a psychic connection to you, a psychic or telepathic connection to you. There's a lot of energy up here in the crown chakra. For some of them, they, let me pull another card to help me understand. Okay, so I get the Seven of Swords. So yeah, they see things or they understand things about you and your connection that they have no way of knowing. So they're very intuitive about this connection. If you have things that you think they don't know about you, they do. You know, maybe they don't know everything, but they know more about you than you think they do. So if you think, you know, there's something that you have hidden, I'm not saying that you would be hiding anything in a malicious way, but maybe you just didn't realize that they were looking at you or observing you. They could be observing you online or, you know, but anyway, they know something about you or they're observing something about you that you maybe thought was hidden. You were unaware that they could see this about you. With the King of Wands, this person feels very passionate about you. They feel, you know, that being with you either is an adventure if you are with them, or they feel like this could be the adventure of a lifetime. There's also a great deal of passion here. And of course, you know, the physical desire here is very strong. They also feel very confident. For those of you who are not together, they feel very confident that they would satisfy you, if you know what I mean. And if you are in a relationship, the same thing. This person is kind of cocky in a way. That's an unintended pun there, but they feel pretty confident that they make you happy when the two of you are alone, if you know what I mean. And then finally, with the Ace of Pentacles, this person's feelings are serious. So this isn't just a crush. This is someone who has thought about the long-term implications of this connection. So this is all around pretty good here. You know, they are paying attention to you. They feel very passionate about you, and they've thought about the long term. Whether you're with them or not, they're still invested in the long term. They feel very committed to this. The next question is, what do they want out of this connection? What do they want out of your connection? We have the Ten of Cups. I just realized for you guys, I forgot to light my Palo Santo. Although it doesn't matter because I feel like I'm picking up the messages really well. But there's a little bit of Palo Santo to kind of increase the psychic connection here. So what do they want out of this connection that they have with you? The Ten of Cups, some of them may be wanting a family. They want to make you happy. If you are currently together, you know, they want you to be happy. This more so for those of you who are in a relationship, you know, they know you have a wonderful life together, but sometimes they can sense that you're still a little bit, you know, sad, or, you know, they just sense, I could do more. It's like I could do more for them. That's kind of the energy. They always just, they want to do more for you than they already have because they want you to be as happy as you possibly could be. Let me draw another clarifying card for the Hanged Man. So if you're in a relationship, this person wants to stay in the relationship for sure. You know, with the Ten of Cups, the Hanged Man. The Ten of Wands is, it doesn't look like a very positive card, but this is someone who's willing to put in the effort that is required to take on the responsibilities and burdens required by a relationship. So if they're in a relationship, they want to continue to bear those responsibilities. If you're not in a relationship, this person has definitely thought about how they would go about taking on those responsibilities towards you in order to make you have this long-term happiness together. You know, and they want you to continue to have a sense of well, I can't think of the word, a sense of, you know, self-determination. You know, you come across to them as someone who can take care of yourself. You don't necessarily need someone else to complete you, but, you know, they want to be your person, whether you need them or not. They want you to want them in your life. So they know that you don't really need them, but they want you to still want them. Okay. And so the final question is, what is, let's see. I asked, what are their feelings? And then I asked, okay, so yeah, we still haven't gotten to the third question, is what is the likely outcome with this connection? I get Judgment, Temperance, and Queen of Wands. If you're not in a relationship with this person, choose a clarifier for the Queen of Wands. Okay. I'll take that reversed. If you're not in a relationship, I feel like there's a very good potential that you could be. I mean, this person definitely wants that. They want to be a part of your life. Even if they have to sacrifice something to get that. They definitely want to be with you. They want to make the necessary changes in their life in order to form a relationship with you. You know, and we got you know, we got the impression before that, you know, they feel very passionate about you, and they were coming across as the King of Wands. Here you're the Queen of Wands. So you match their energy very well, they feel like. And in terms of the likely outcome, I think that's going to continue to be the case, although it could also be, and the Temperance card is also very fiery, you know, Sagittarian energy. It doesn't necessarily mean either of you are fire signs, but you do have, I would think, you know, passionate personalities. You're both people who are very alluring. You know, you're very charismatic, and you get other people's attention, you know, in a romantic way. Whether you're trying to or not, it's just something about your personality is very appealing to a lot of different people. And in terms of the outcome, you know, I get the Nine of Cups reversed. So you make each other very happy. I see you making each other very happy, but I think because of that fiery energy, you know, there could be moments when things are still harmonious, but, you know, I think people get a little bit uncomfortable maybe sometimes just with the fact that the other party is so, you know, is so attractive to so many people. But for those of you who are not together, I foresee a relationship forming. I think there's a good possibility of it. And if you're in a relationship, you know, this is a relationship that can really stand the test of time. You can go through these judgment card moments where, you know, sometimes you have to call each other out on some things, but then, you know, you move past it. You know, people realize that there are things that they need to change in order to forge a stronger bond here. And I foresee people being able to make those changes and being willing to, and being willing to be called out on certain behaviors that maybe haven't been so helpful to the relationship. So that's what I'm getting for those of you who chose power. And I think this power is making a lot of sense here with this Queen of Wands and King of Wands energy. You both have very, you know, strong, powerful personas. Okay, so, and then just for all of you here, just a reminder, walk boldly and wisely. There is a hand above that will help you on. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks, guys.